Example 2. In 1912, the luxury liner Titanic, on its first voyage across the Atlantic, struck an iceberg and sank. Some passengers got off the ship in lifeboats, but many died. This two-way table gives information about adult passengers who survived and who died by class of travel. So, what proportion of adult passengers on the Titanic survived? So, the total number of survivors was 442 out of 1,207 people. So, 442 over 1207. .366, 36.6%. Survived. And that's part A. Part B, find the distribution of class of travel. So, first, second, and third class, we're just finding the percentages for each. So, first class, there were 319 out of 1,207. Second class, there were 261 out of 1,207. And third class travel, there were 627 out of 1,207. And now we just need to find out what the decimals and percentage equivalents for those are. So 26.4% were in first class. 21.6% were in second class. And 51.9% were in third class. So that is the distribution of our three classes, just what percent was in each group. What percent of adult Titanic passengers in third class survived? So the third class survivors out of the total number of survivors what percent of the survivors? No, just what percent of the third class people survived. So 151 survived out of, 627. .1% of third class passengers survived. The question that I was trying to get to erroneously for a second, what percent of the survivors were third class? So 151 were third class out of 442 who survived, is 34.2% of the survivors were third class. And then finally, what percent of first class passengers survived? So we're just looking at the first class. 197 survived out of 319. 197 out of 319. .8% of first-class passengers survived. So with these, you have to be careful and pay attention to what are you looking for a percentage or a proportion of. What are you dividing by for these?